Prices are rising faster than ever in the US and Europe. Groceries, gas, rent. It feels like your money just doesn't stretch as far anymore. But why is inflation spiking so dramatically right now? And what does it really mean for your wallet? Let's break it down first. Let's get on the same page about what inflation actually is. In simple terms, inflation is the rate at which the general level of prices for goods and services is rising, and subsequently, purchasing power is falling. Think of it this way: your money loses value over time. What you could buy for $100 last year might cost you $110 or even $120 today. A little bit of inflation, say around 2%, is generally considered healthy for an economy because it encourages spending and investment. But when inflation spikes sharply, it affects almost everything you buy, from your morning coffee to your monthly rent, and that's when people really start to feel the squeeze. So, why is this happening now? It's not just one thing, but a perfect storm of several major factors hitting all at once. First up, the energy crisis. Russia's invasion of Ukraine sent shockwaves through global energy markets. With sanctions on Russian oil and gas, supply tightened dramatically, causing prices for gasoline and heating oil to skyrocket. Since energy is needed to produce and transport virtually everything, when fuel costs go up, the price of everything else follows. Next, we have the lingering effects of supply chain disruptions. The pandemic shut down factories and ports worldwide. Even as economies reopened, it created a massive backlog. Getting goods from Asia to Europe or the US became incredibly expensive and slow. Think about microchips for cars and electronics, or even basic building materials. These shortages and delays mean companies pay more to get their products, and they pass those costs directly on to us, the consumers. Then there's monetary policy. To combat the economic slowdown during the pandemic, central banks like the US Federal Reserve and the European Central Bank pumped huge amounts of money into the economy. They lowered interest rates to near zero and bought up bonds to encourage borrowing and spending. While this helped prevent a deeper recession, it also flooded the system with cash. More money chasing the same amount of goods naturally pushes prices up. And finally, we have a surge in post-pandemic demand. After being cooped up for so long, people were eager to spend their savings on everything from travel and dining out to home renovations. This sudden explosion of consumer spending collided with the supply chain issues we just talked about, creating a classic case of too much demand and not enough supply, which is a textbook recipe for inflation. Of course, this isn't the first time we've seen a major spike in inflation. History offers some valuable lessons. Many people draw parallels to the 1970s, when oil shocks triggered by an embargo from OPEC nations led to massive inflation, long lines at gas stations, and economic stagnation. Governments struggled to get it under control. Then there was the period leading up to the 2008 financial crisis, where rising food and energy costs hit households hard, even before the housing market collapsed. By looking back at these events, we can see how a combination of supply shocks, policy decisions, and consumer behavior can create inflationary pressures. It helps us understand that today's challenges, while unique in their own way, are part of a recurring economic cycle. So, how does all this jargon translate to your everyday life? Inflation hits everyone, but it doesn't affect us all equally. Let's start with groceries. You've probably noticed your weekly shopping bill climbing. The cost of basics like eggs, milk, and bread has seen significant increases because producing and transporting food is more expensive. Then there's housing. Rents have soared in many cities as demand outpaces supply, and higher interest rates make mortgages more expensive for new home buyers. Energy bills are another big one. Whether it's filling up your car or heating your home, higher energy prices take a direct bite out of your budget. And what about your savings? If your savings account is earning 1% interest but inflation is at 8%, your money is actually losing 7% of its value every year just by sitting there. These increases might seem small individually, but they add up fast, forcing many to cut back on discretionary spending and rethink their financial goals. It all sounds pretty grim, but don't panic. There are proactive steps you can take to protect your finances. First, budget smartly. Track your income and expenses to see exactly where your money is going. This will help you identify areas where you can cut back without sacrificing your quality of life. Second, consider investing wisely. While all investments carry risk, things like stocks, real estate, or inflation-protected securities have historically performed better than cash during inflationary periods. It's about making your money work for you. Third, try to reduce high-interest debt. The interest rates on credit cards and personal loans often rise with inflation, making that debt even more expensive to carry. Paying it down should be a priority. Finally, save strategically. Make sure you have an emergency fund, but also consider where you are keeping your longer-term savings to ensure they aren't losing purchasing power over time. Inflation is a complex and challenging issue, but understanding its causes and effects is the first step toward navigating it successfully. By being informed, you can make smarter financial choices to protect yourself and your family. So, how is rising inflation affecting your daily life? We'd love to hear from you in the comments below. And if you found this video helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe for more economic insights and practical tips. Thanks for watching.